Hello, everybody. You already know who this is. So, I'm gonna get straight to the point. You see the title. Yes, the mangas are back, but not all of them will be released. Only some that I would like to release. So, when it comes to manga releases by this point, uh, there's something called patience. So, whenever I'm streaming games and stuff like that, feel free to say anything except do not be toxic and do not be rude. Those are the only two main things. And always be loyal as well. So, I'm gonna run this down right quick before we begin this manga. And as you know, if you remember, since this is the return of the mangas, you can always use the Diabolicals playlist. This will be in there. And watch those playlists and all kinds of other things to your own will. Go right ahead. But it does feel good to be back with the mangas. But like I said, only some are going to be coming out. Not every single one that I make. But hey, I reread them every now and then. Nice job for me to do. So, welcome to Who We Are. I don't remember if I said when I made this manga, but I don't think that's of any importance. If any of you would like to know when I made it and when I finished it, put a comment down below, because then that could be a very interesting thing to talk about. However, we're here to focus on the story today, class. Sorry, recently I've been watching a lot of animes that start with classroom, like Classroom of the Elite, Assassination Classroom, and a bunch of other ones. Now, before we get into this story here, I just remembered something else. There are so many mangas that I have finished and that I cannot give my my full honest opinion. However, I am going to think of a safe way of saying one of them. If you don't know what it is, then that's fine. Also, remember to drink plenty of water. I like Aquafina, but my stores around here don't sell Aquafina no more. So I'm used to Deer Park, and Core, and Fiji. I'm not here to name any waters. Okay. So, you see what this manga story is rated. I'm gonna explain this story in case if I decide to make a second one. So, without a further ado, let's get straight into the pain we feel, as it was called originally, but I like the name Who We Are much better. The pain we feel, who we are. Let's get straight into Who We Are. It goes by two names, but only one reputation. Okay, so, Who We Are, Season 1, Rated R, anime manga story. They collide in both universes. Episode/Chapter 1, it doesn't have a slash, Episode 1, Test Limited, 1:30 a.m., Brandon, can you tell me What happened to your family? I'm a cop, I can help you. Why should I tell you? You don't care. It's in your soul. I can see everything in your head. Want to see what I see? Said Brandon as he looked at the cop. He was in his own personal hell now. Brandon Emarsa is age 19, has black hair, green eyes, and a power to put you in your own head with everything and everything that you've done to a certain person or to anything. He wears a black shirt with red stripes, green pants, and black shoes. As Brandon walked out of the interrogation room, he walked by 3 other officers and said, "Kill yourself." And they did. From just one shot to the head. As Brandon walked outside with a sad look on his face, he walked to his house and went inside like it was nothing. My room. I feel tired. But why? What did I even do? It all feels so bland and blank, said Brandon as his vision became blurry. His eyes closed, then he landed on his own bed and fell asleep for 5 days. Before I knew it, I will make others see who they are within the most scariest way as possible. I am a god. Well, gee, nice to know, Brandon. Episode 2, The Beginning. 3 weeks earlier, May 2nd, 2013, in Brandon's room. Ring, ring. Huh? Why is Kate calling? God, said Brandon as he answered the phone. Hello? Hey, Brandon. Oh, did I wake you up? No, I was already awake. Just drawing. Is there something you need? Said Brandon as he put his notebook away and laid on his bed. Yes, me and Elias are coming to your house to show you something. As Brandon felt annoyed, he hung up the phone as he waited for them to show up. As 3 hours passed by, Kate Mata is age 14, has long red hair, green eyes, wears an orange shirt, blue shorts, and gray shoes. Elias Border is age 18, has short brown hair, blue eyes, wears a plain white shirt, gray pants, and gray shoes. He's wearing a lot of gray nowadays. As I woke up after having a strange dream, both Kate and Elias had been up, as they explained to me that we gained different powers from a flower, so we went to test them out. Brandon's power, trickery. Elias's power, strength and protection. Kate's power, unknown. But these powers are great and useful. However, some come with a heavy price. But why? Let's find out. Boom, boom, boom. Let's find out. Episode 3, Actions of Power has limits of what? So why are we outside to do this? Elias asked as Kate laughed till she had tears running down her face. We're outside because we might get hurt testing it inside. I'll go first. Okay? Said Brandon as he looked at a dog across the street and said, "Jump." And the dog did. "Now stop." And the dog stopped jumping. "Wow, Brandon, did you do that?" said Kate as she was surprised. They all were. "Yes, I did. I just quietly told the dog what to do," said Brandon. As Elias smiled, he picked up Brandon as they were both shocked. Elias said, "Oh my God, you're not heavy at all." "What? Really? Wow, Elias, am I light?" I'm gonna put you down, but it was like I was picking up air," said Elias, as their smiles dropped as a lady across the street yelled, "You kids are dumb, you know?" "Oh, hi to you too, Miss Gardner." "Brandon, look." "Kate, you okay?" As Kate grinned, she looked at Miss Gardner with anger, then thought of something bad. By instant flash, at the same time, Miss Gardner turned into nothing but blood. She was dead as her house crumbled, and so was the dog. Kate's power is the power of evil and death to do God knows what. Oh my God. Holy shit! Brandon! As Brandon and Elias didn't know what to say at the same time, Kate went home crying. Both Brandon and Elias were in shock. As they went inside, they sat in silence. If you don't know already, here's where it starts to get a little bit dark. Episode 4, Growth, a Kate-only episode. Yay! 4 hours later in Kate's house. "Kate, why are you home so early? Hey, don't run from me!" As Kate ran upstairs to the bathroom, she vomited up black liquid. Then looked in the mirror, and the mirror broke. What the hell is this? My power. I think I'll test this out. Let's go for a test drive, said Kate with a sinister look on her face as she went to her room. She remembered the flower. That's right. This flower I found in Mom's garden. This is how all of it began. As Kate thought of breaking her family photo portrait, it broke in half as she began laughing. She thought of killing someone as she bit off her fingernails with joy. She had a look on her face of a psycho or even a killer, but mostly a monster. 10:31 p.m. in the dining room. So, how are your grades, Kate? How are you doing at school? Did you make any new friends? As Kate was annoyed by her father talking over and over, she said, "What? Why do you care? You're just so damn weak. I hate you," said Kate with such extreme anger as she stood up, Her eyes turned fully yellow. As she grinned, she ran to her dad and began to eat him and tore him limb by limb. Wow! he, he's tasty! Like apples and lemons! Yummy! Said Kate as her eyes went back to normal. She went to bury her dad in the backyard, then took a shower, and then she wore a black shirt, black pants, then went to bed happy. Episode 5, Conversation. As I called Kate and Elias to come to the park, Norvell, at midnight, I needed to have a conversation with all of them. They both said that they would meet, but something felt off. Okay, we're here, said Elias, as Kate was catching her breath as they sat on the ground. Thank you both for meeting me out here. Tonight, I want to talk to you about something important, said Brandon with a serious expression on his face, as Kate didn't feel any emotions. She just felt out of it. Okay. Please use your powers when you have to, and use them carefully, just in case. Anyway, you may want to come out now, Brandon shouted at the end of the conversation, as a young boy came from behind a bush. His name is Sam Emersa. He is age 13 and has short blue hair, green eyes, and wears a gray shirt, blue pants, black shoes, and a watch on his left wrist. As Brandon and Elias and Kate stood up, Sam gave a smile of joy. Hi, I'm Sam Emersa, Brandon's younger brother? Oh, well, it's nice to meet you, Sam. I'm Elias, Brandon's friend, and this is Kate. Are you going to say hi to him? Oh, sorry, Hi, I'm Kate. It's an honor to meet you, and I would love to stay, but I don't feel too good right now, so I'm gonna go home. Hopefully you all understand. You three stay safe though, okay? Said Kate as she ran home, but she lied about feeling not too good, because it was the hunger she was hiding. As Elias went home, Sam and Brandon said, "Stay safe," and he did. As Sam and Brandon got home safe, they went to bed. Good night, Sam. Good night, Brandon. Meanwhile, with Kate. I've mastered my power, but I'm so hungry. I need to eat. Oh my god, Kate, you might want to slow it down. No, I'm just kidding. You saw her eyes. But I can hold off for now and eat human food for now. Probably should show that too, but that's okay. Episode 6, Body Paint, a Kate-only episode. As Kate ran for hours on end, she came to a alley and tripped. and she fell on her knees, blinked, and said, "Why am I outside? I was at home. How did I get here?" As Kate stood up, she smiled with insanity. As she saw paint cans, she found a brush and painted her entire body blue and pink. "As of tonight, I am an elite monster!" Are you now? Yikes. Yeah. Ah. Episode 7, Basement Part 1. 2 nights later. 2 nights later. Brandon's house. 10:03 a.m. at night. Strange. Hey, Elias, have you heard from Kate at all? I'm very concerned, said Sam, as Elias didn't know at all, and Brandon, too. They all felt the same. "Why don't we just go downstairs and get something to eat?" said Sam, as Brandon and Elias agreed. They went downstairs, but heard something breaking from the basement. A shiver of fear ran down their spines as they went to hide back upstairs and made no noise, but remained hidden from an intruder that sounded like Kate. Oh, wow. Okay. Yikes, I didn't... Okay, sorry. Episode 8, Basement Part 2, and Terror of Horror. As they heard the voice again, the fear within them built up and up, as Kate's voice sounded like a static radio and a deep, evil sound. "Hello, hello, anyone home? I must eat. Don't leave. No matter what, no matter what," Brandon said quietly, as Sam and Elias agreed. The house went silent as hours on end passed by. From 10:03 to 11:17. It was now 12 a.m. midnight. "Okay, I think she's gone now," said Elias as they all went downstairs. Sam gave a loud yell as he fell on the floor and was being yanked to the basement as Elias and Brandon gave chase. Sam yelled, "Ah! Brandon!" Then, as Sam was dragged down into the basement, the door closed. 5 seconds later, the door broke off and flung Elias on the floor and Brandon as well. But as they stood up, Sam's head and his left arm was next to Brandon. "I ate Sam. He was yummy, yummy, yummy. Mmm." As Brandon and Elias was in shock, Kate said, "I'm a monster now. Look at me. And I love it. Elias, you're next." Sam was dead. "No, Sam!" Episode 9. Final episode. A Fire of a Tragedy. As Brandon was in shock and felt nothing of terror, Elias talked to Brandon as he snapped out of it. Brandon stood up as fire started. Both Brandon on Elias ran. Both Brandon and Elias ran out of the house as it exploded. Kate walked out of the house on fire. She fell on the ground. What happened? Elias, tell me fast. Okay. After she reached us, she saw you in shock. After eating Sam, she hit the oil lantern. After that, the entire house lit on fire, and she lit on fire screaming and said she was an elite monster. After hearing this, Brandon was horrified, or maybe even a little broken. And as the elite monster stood up with her eyes was fully red, she yelled loud as ever and said, "Just by standing here, myself, I am power. I am an elite monster." As Elias began to cry while whimpering the word, "Stop it, please!" As both Elias and Brandon's minds were racing, a telephone pole fell on Elias, and on impact, it crushed him, instantly killing him. "Kate, stop! Stop it! You're hurting people!" said Brandon as he fell to his knees. He grabbed a nearby chainsaw and revved it up. And as he stood up, he ran to Kate and thrusted the chainsaw into her body, then chopped off her head. Killing her. As the police arrested Brandon, his soul left him. After I escaped the police station, I went to my house and went to sleep for a few hours, then woke up at 5:10 p.m. I will become God and show a new world to everyone. I would soon realize this was wrong, as I would regret everything and my power. The end. And that is it. That is how the story ends. That is how Who We Are ends. So yes, it's a rather grim, dark story. It is a very graphic, sad, and dark story. To say the least, if any of you knew what was going on, then you have a pretty good explanation of this story called Who We Are is really about. Teenagers. Kate finds the flower in her garden because it looked cool in her mom's garden, and it looked cool, and she wanted to show Elias and Brandon. Well, unfortunately, we did not read a happy story today. This is a very dark, graphic, and grim story. This is probably up to date, even though the chapter length was short. This story is, like I said, this also brings back the mangas as well. But remember what I said earlier, not all of them. Not all of them. But I have been deciding to make a second one of the story called Who We Are. Excuse me. If this so ever turns into a series, it's going to have its own box set. Again, you can check that out in the playlist. But the box set is not here yet because I don't know if I'm actually going to turn this into a series. Maybe it ends there with Brandon saying that he realizes that becoming God was a bad thing and playing God pretty much. If you remember from the first chapter, he was in the police station. And then in the second chapter, it pretty much showed us up to that point what happened and after he escaped the police station. Ugh, yucky. But that's it for now, everybody. I hope everybody enjoyed this manga. Again, I was going to give a warning, but then people would just turn away, so, you can obviously see what it says in the playlist called, The Diabolicals. Again, this will be in that playlist as well, by the way. Along with a lot of my work that I've done. And within the playlist, if you go to the description, it says, viewer discretion is highly advised. I'm only going to say this once, because the next manga that I'm working on, well, you should know by now, everybody. You see how my windows aren't bright? Yeah. Get a good, foreshadowing, because I wish I could tell you this wasn't foreshadowing. I really do, for my next manga, but think about looking up at the bright sky. All you see is darkness and stars, of course. Oh, I am actually almost done with making a manga, and I am going to probably release that one as well, but I'm going to have to reread the story after I'm done. So, like I said earlier, or even if I said it, if I didn't say this earlier, then patience is a virtue. Everybody. As the saying goes, patience is a virtue, meaning you have to wait until what's next. And as I usually say on my channel, I'm going to do my outro now. So, you know who this has been. Ultimate plus shout out to my friend Lazy Gaming 7780. Again, go ahead and go check out his channel, show him some support. I'm pretty sure he would appreciate it, along with me as well. We both appreciate the support on our separate channels of what we do. As a rundown, in case if anybody forgot, he does awesome gaming videos, and I do anime stuff and gaming videos, live streams, Resident Evil, stuff like that. But with that said, hopefully everybody enjoyed. Stay tuned for more new epic, amazing content coming to the channel in general. And hopefully everybody's having a fantastic day, night, evening, night, and afternoon. And hopefully everybody is staying safe out there as well. I'll see all of you in the next one. Peace out for now, everybody. And also feel free to leave a comment. I would really appreciate to see your honest thoughts and opinions of this story. But that's up to you. That's entirely your choice. Okay, I gotta go now. Peace out for now, everybody. Bye-bye. I'll see you in the next one.